So who will I main in Tekken 8? Well, originally, this video was going to be about how I chose Horang as basically my main for the better part of the next year as I move toward Evo. I mean, between his flashy kicks and general aggression, I wanted to gravitate toward the player who I chose the most in Tekken 3. Then recently on stream I chose Lee, and that made my decision on who to become my main character a difficult one. So who do I choose? Well, let's see. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Paul Delos, and I'm going to go through my thought process on how I choose a main for Tekken 8 and who will I be piloting for the better course of the next year. I make a case for both characters, including going over a few pros and a few cons that I found, and generally, we'll have the results at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But for now, let's take a look at the first character, Horang.
New challenger!
When I first played my first Tekken game at Tekken 3, I gravitated to Horang because he was the second mashy character behind Eddie. I mean, 333 is a mashable and pressures enough, and basically you'll hit it eventually, if you just mash it. But as I moved on in my Tekken play, I learned there's so much more to the moveset and Horang than the mash. The main pro I found with Horang was that he's just his ability to pressure. I like moving forward, albeit a detriment to my current playstyle. I mean, I like pressing the action. His moveset, while large, I can learn given my familiarity with the character from past Tekkens, which I played Tekken 6 for about 2 hours and Tekken 5 for about 3 hours. But it also helps that I watched a lot of Horang videos because I anticipated him being my main. I can understand the basics of Flamingo and how to link up potential combos in him and everything else, and he has a high ceiling in terms of mastery. The issue I have with him is that aggression is a double-edged sword. It gets me into trouble more often than not, and it's really difficult to pilot him given how much utility he has in terms of his moveset. He has a very big moveset. And he requires me to have strong fundamentals, which currently I don't have. I find myself mashing more or just trying to press action, and Horang can easily teach me bad habits like trying to steal turns. And that's the issue I have with him. But overall, there's a nostalgia behind Horang. Basically, I played him so much that I feel like he's my guy. But at the same time, let's take a look at Lee and see if he can make the case to be my main character in Tekken 8.
New challenger!
So how did Lee end up as a potential main character? Well, he looked cool and basically he was very kicky as well. And also I was intrigued by his moveset after getting my butt kicked by a few Lees over the course of my ranked games with Horang. So why would I choose Lee? Well, the first reason why is because fundamentally it seems like he's a better character to learn the basics and defense and everything else. And his moveset caters to beginners. I mean, yeah, sure, his combos are a little bit flashy and difficult to play, but he's very much a beginner-friendly character. Second thing, he'll show up my biggest weakness, which is punishing. Lee's punishment game is great, and from what I learned from a brief time with Lee, is that he can be more methodical with my approach than being simply stupidly pushing buttons and pushing the action. I feel this is an area of my game that I can work on, and Lee can help me with that over Horang. The problem with Lee is that he's just not as aggressive as I like him to be. It requires me to be more patient with punishes and counters, and there's also a little bit of less creativity that comes with Lee as he doesn't have the same openness as Horang. So overall, is Lee my guy, or is he just a temporary play to break out of my Horang funk? When selecting a main, there's two trains of thought that go into it. The first is that you should pick a character that you like because that'll make the grinding and the losses a lot harder to stomach. The second thing is just what feels right. Horang has always felt right. It brings me back to my mashy roots I mentioned before and makes me think about how much I've grown since Tekken 3, which was my first and last Tekken I played for more than 4 hours. On the other hand, Lee, I can't explain. He just felt right while piloting him, and also his style is something that I would need to learn, which is punishment and counters and just general complex combos and basically just all the fundamentals that come with playing defensive Tekken. I like both characters, so that's not the issue. Both feel right in my hands when I play them, and I feel I could grow enormously with them. So ultimately the question is, who am I going to main? So after a lot of thought into it and basically asking a few communities like the Las Vegas fighting game community and the Star Prism, I found that Lee is probably going to be my main character. While I'll likely play both, the majority of the series, it will be Lee. The main reason why I can't rely on nostalgia for the main reason why I play a character, I love how Lee felt when I initially picked him up. I love the challenge that comes with him, and I just feel that his general play style will help me in the long run. I love Hwoarang. Don't get me wrong. I love the fact that I can still go back to him and periodically play games with him. And I know, and my muscle memory has a couple combos with him. But the reality is that Lee is the guy I'm going to be maining. So chat and subscribers, did I make the right choice? Let me know in the comments below and provide me with any tips on how to play Lee. And like usual, if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch everyone later. Bye.